Hi and welcome to Mail Designer. Today we want to show you how to configure the domain setup for your email domain in Mail Designer with IONOS. So we have already added the address that is hosted on IONOS here in Mail Designer. This menu you can find in settings from addresses, and this menu is also the same as you can see in the sidebar from the Mail Designer app. So here we see the address. We have the email verification. This is just an email that is sent to our mailbox. And then the domain verification, which we can see in more detail down here. On the IONOS side, we go to this URL. They're currently working on an English localization, so that URL may change in the future. But so once we see the domain here, we press on these three buttons and go to DNS. And this is where we do the domain configuration. So in order to figure out what we need to enter, we go back to Mail Designer and we just press on this, and we will start with DKIM setup. So the way to do it is just to create separate records for each of these points. So let's start with the first one. Add record here. And then this is the type, so we select TXT. Right, and then we just copy this, paste, and copy this, paste. Now, for the setup process, I would recommend setting the TTL to 1 minute, just so we see results quicker. Once the configuration is done, we can revert it back to 1 hour. Save it. All right, next SPF. SPF is a little bit of a special case. SPF needs to be appended to the existing value. So we find the SPF record here, which is this one, and we just click on edit. And you can see this SPF-EU.ionos.com is already included in the value we give you here. So we just copy this and just replace the existing value here. And you can see it still includes the SPF-EU.ionos.com. TTL again 1 minute. Save it. Next is DMARC. Press record, add record. This is again a TXT. Copy. Copy. 1 minute. Save. Okay, next is mail from. I need to mention that mail from is actually something that is optional. It will improve your deliverability, but it's not a required thing. So if you have trouble getting mail from to work, this is not a critical thing. You still will be able to send from your domain. Okay, so the first type is an MX, so we select the MX, and the priority for the MX is 10, which is also default here. Then we just do the same thing, copy, copy, paste, TTL again 1 minute, save. Add record. This time it's a TXT. Copy, paste, copy, paste, TTL 1 minute, save. Okay, that should be it. So we close this. Now, just to be aware, for this to refresh, it may take some time. I would recommend getting a coffee. It may take about an hour. Sometimes it can take longer. So we can refresh and see the results by pressing this refresh button here. And we can see, okay, 3 of them have already applied. The 4th one is still in progress. So while we wait on this to propagate, let's go and do the email verification real quick. So we'll just do that by going to our mailbox and just opening the email and just pressing confirm email. Perfect. Email address has been verified. Then we just refresh the page here so we see the current status. Okay, this one is still pending. So I'm gonna wait for this to propagate and then we return once everything is done. Great. Now your domain verification is completed. You will see this here still, from address will be replaced. If you just refresh the page in this state where everything is green, you can see this disappears. So now you're all set. One thing to be aware of: if you send an email with Mail Designer at this very moment, it could be that one of these values has not propagated 100% to all email providers yet, or to all corners of the internet yet. So it could be that your email temporarily lands in spam. I would recommend, before you actually use this for sending, waiting about at least 12, 24, 48 hours, and then you should have final propagation of these check marks. After this time, the spam rating will be the spam rating that comes from your domain. So if you still have deliverability issues after 48 hours, then I would recommend going into spam optimization procedures. Oh, and now that we have the green check marks everywhere, let's go back in and change the priority here to 1 hour for all of these. Just so the setup is finished. Okay, perfect. That's it. Thank you for watching, and good luck sending with Mail Designer.